Now, the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast continues with all you need to know in 10.
A 61-year-old Vigo County man returns to court next week for child molestation. News 10 caught up with Warren Large of Riley, Indiana, on his way into the courtroom. Police say Large molested a girl he knew. She's reportedly under the age of 14. Police say a 2-week investigation led them to file these charges. Large says he's not guilty.
He gave a statement. We brought him over. He was booked into jail, and now the judicial process begins.
Anything you want to say to your family or anyone else?
I'm sorry.
If convicted, Large could face up to 8 years in prison. Remaining employees at the Clay County Humane Society are picking up the slack this morning after their former assistant manager got into some big trouble with law enforcement. Mike Sarles faces several felonies for allegedly releasing more than a dozen dogs from their cages. He also faces theft charges after police say he allegedly added money to his timesheet. Now finances at the shelter are so bad, employees have been using their own money to buy food for the animals. 2 employees even personally bankrolled the shelter's entire payroll. Those who still work at the shelter want people to know they desperately need help to care for these animals.
We've changed our hiring policies. We've changed everything that's been done in the past. We just would like the public to give us the opportunity to show them what we are doing.
And if you'd like to donate to the Clay County Humane Society or you'd like to learn some more about them, just click on this story at WTHI-TV.com. Classes will resume as normal today on the campus of St. Mary of the Woods College after a fire. Now, this was the scene at Guerin Hall yesterday afternoon. Fire officials say an electrical fire started in the basement. Thankfully, everyone was evacuated safely. The fire started just after noon yesterday, and officials say the timing may have actually kept everyone safe.
If there is such thing as a good timing, it certainly was on this case. We had a lot of people out of the office during lunch hour. They were in O'Shaughnessy dining room, so there were a fewer number of people that were in the building.
The college says Guerin Hall classes will be back in session today. They'll be taking place in LaFair Hall, the library, and the conservatory. The fire marshal's office will be on campus today to assess the damage. New for you this morning, a West Terre home was damaged by an early morning fire. Just after 5 this morning, firefighters were called to 1062 North Bennett Lane. The home was vacant and no injuries were reported. A cause for this fire has not yet been determined. We have some new information for you this morning about a story we first brought you on News 10 Night Watch. A Linton, Indiana man is dead after an accident at the Triad Mine in northern Knox County. The Freelandville Fire Department says it was called to the mine around 5:15 last night. 25-year-old Brian Mason was driving a large surface mine truck when the truck went off a high wall and fell around 100 feet to the ground. Emergency crews had to cut Mason out of the truck. He was then loaded into a helicopter and taken to a hospital where he later died. If you're worried about foreclosure, you can get some free help today during a workshop. Now, you do not need to register for this. All you have to do is go to the National Guard Armory on Maple Avenue in Terre Haute. The workshop runs from 3 until 8 p.m. today. Now, you will need to bring some financial information with you. You can find a list of what you need to bring by going to our website at WTHI-TV.com.
Now, the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast continues with Storm Team 10 meteorologist David Wire, certified by the American Meteorological Society.
Good morning, everybody. 6 minutes before the top of the hour, rain. It's finally trying to move in. Let me show you where it is right now. The Storm Team 10 Fury is showing us some rain showers to the north and to the west of us. And again, near Champaign and Decatur, Illinois, they've got some scattered rain. It's going to take quite a while for that rain to move here because of a couple of reasons. Notice the movement in the large area back to the west of us as far as the rain's concerned. The reason it's going to take a long time for that rain to move here is because, well, the same problem we ran through for the entire month of August. We've got a stable atmosphere and there's just low moisture, so when that rain moves in, it kind of, well, fizzles away, if you will, and just loses its energy. Now, we've got 2 chances for rain. That's again this afternoon and tonight, and again through the day tomorrow. So with those 2 chances for rain moving in, I believe we're going to see an inch of rain by Friday. Scattered rain trying to move in, a 20% chance this afternoon. Abby.
Some Indiana American Water customers say they're concerned about rising rates after receiving a letter. This letter explains that if you live 1,000 feet from a fire hydrant, you pay a public fire protection surcharge, which according to officials is just about everybody. If you look closely at your bill, you're already paying this fee. In fact, customers have been paying this charge for more than a decade.
There's no reason to be alarmed. There's no increase to your current bill. It's the same as what it has been. It's nothing different than what you've been paying before.
While the water rates have not gone up, you may notice a higher charge for sewer rates in Terre Haute. A high-tech postal kiosk is still intimidating users after 2 months. After the downtown post office in Terre Haute closed its service window, Indiana State University placed a postal kiosk in its place. But some people say they're still a little bit intimidated about using the kiosk. The people at ISU say it's very self-explanatory. All you have to do is follow the on-screen prompts, and you can take care of most of your postal needs.
Letters. You can basically do anything pretty much that you would do across the counter, with a few exceptions, and the international mail is really the exception. You can do letters internationally, but not packages.
And for those of you with post office boxes downtown, packages too large to fit in the boxes must be picked up at the Margaret Avenue post office. However, we spoke with the United States Postal Service. They say they're trying to locate parcel lockers to move to that location, so most packages can be left at the downtown site. A portion of a busy Terre Haute street is less confusing for drivers this morning after a new paint job. Crews have been painting lane lines on Walnut between 13th Street and 9th Street. The road got a new surface more than a week ago, and parts of Ohio Street were resurfaced as well. However, drivers spent several days guessing without any lane lines or stop lines on the streets. Now the lines are painted, but the street department says they'll be putting in railroad crossing lines and some lane arrows at intersections later today. And here's a quick traffic note for some Terre Haute drivers. The intersection of 23rd and Sycamore will be closed today through 5 p.m. next Tuesday, and that's for sewer repairs.